All right, hello. Oh gosh, it's so dark. Good morning. Oh, it doesn't seem like it's morning, does it? You're like, Matt, why are you streaming at 10:45 at night? Promise you it's not. Oh goodness, good morning everybody. That's a good morning. Thank you for stopping in. But oh gosh, I'm sorry, I just dropped my I'm trying to clean my glasses and I just dropped the clean glove. Oh god. Okay. Hi everybody. Good morning. Hello. If you're lurking, if you're you got me in your ears while you're working, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. If you're watching this on YouTube, shout out to the YouTube crew. Thank you for coming back and watching the YouTube VODs. I appreciate the heck out of all of you. As always, anything you want to talk about that comes up during the stream, drop me a comment. I will absolutely come by and we can chat about it. But good morning, everybody. It seems so dark looking at the camera. It seems like it's so dark. I'm glad I turned those lights on behind me. It seems so dark. It is kind of dark in here, but I mean, it's just first thing in the morning. So it's Friday. I'm very excited. We're going to play some more Homebody today. I've been avoiding Sage. Sage, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Getting dressed. Ooh, you're looking at apartments. Hey. Looking at apartments is the most stressful and exciting thing because finding a good apartment is really nice. And then it's just very stressful every moment in between. Ugh. Sage, I hope you're doing well. I hope work was good. What are we playing today? So, Nessa, we are continuing playing Homebody, which is a survival horror puzzle game, which, let me tell you, it's been something. It has been something in the best of ways. I want to watch, as what happens a lot with like weirder games, right? As what happens a lot with weirder games, I immediately go like, I want to know everything about this. I want to know everything about how y'all made this. I want to know everything about what did you do? How did you do, I want to know everything. That's not a combo I've seen that often. It's a puzzle game in the kind of like early Resident Evil sense. But that's the whole game. There is not one lick of combat. There is not one bit of empowerment that you as a player will feel against threats, we'll say. So it's very interesting. Let me see. Do I have I'll have to send this to him. But yeah, it's been a very, very, very interesting day, or a game. And I'm curious. This is definitely gonna be a game that I'm gonna want to go watch. Well, now that just looks super washed out. Let me open Steam up. That's better. I absolutely want to go like watch a bunch of people play and see how they do it, see how they get through it. what they think of, if they have any like weird things that happen that I don't see. Because we've had a couple weird things that I've been like, I'm sorry, what's... And I don't know if these are random events. I don't know if these are scripted to happen at certain times. I don't know if the loop mechanic ties into it in any way. Like, is there things that happen after a specific number? Like, I literally, I have to watch so many people play this game. I'm so interested. So, yeah, it's been incredible. Thank you again to the devs for the key. Just key mailer. I think we're coming up on the end of it. I think we're very close to the end. It being a puzzle game, it's gonna take as long as it takes to some extent. But we made in terms of puzzle progress, we made a lot of progress yesterday. We actually we solved some pretty big puzzles Wednesday. We solved some pretty big puzzles Wednesday. So I feel like we're getting near to the end. The trick is gonna be I don't know what the hell's going on with this last puzzle, which is how it always is to a certain extent, you know? At least to a certain extent. So, all right. All right. Just double checking stuff before we get started. All right. Okay. Now, also, I feel... Oh, my chair's gonna fall. Now is a great time to mention. Bad news is they shuffled the bus schedule, and I leave 10 minutes later at its stop, so I get home an hour and a half an hour later than I used to. That sucks. That sucks. I'm sorry, Sage. Shoutouts to American Public Transit. Just sucking. Like, I'm glad they added stops, you know, like that's good, but also good news is more of the bus ride can be spent here. I mean, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay. So I was saying, I am going to be streaming. I will not be streaming on Monday, the Monday coming. I'm going to take that day off. Aaron's taking the day off of work. We're going to have a nice 4-day weekend together for the 4th. I say for the 4th like we're going to do something. We're not. We're just going to have 4 days off, which is going to be nice. We're going to play bunch of board games. We already talked about some of the board games we're gonna play. I started playing Ghostwire Tokyo on Game Pass with Aaron. That's been fun. We're gonna probably play Mario and Rabbids because we're about to finish the challenge missions for the main campaign, and then we're gonna do the co-op campaign levels, and then we start the DLC. Like we've really been wringing a lot of joy out of that game. It has been a really good time. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a great 4 days of just relaxing. You know, we've had a lot of social time lately, and so it's just gonna be us. Just gonna be us, the pets. We're gonna do. Aaron's making a nice family recipe. It's gonna be nice and tasty. It's gonna be so good. You get 3 days off from work next week. You get paid for one of them. Better than being paid for none of them, right? Better than being paid for none of them. Could be worse. Ooh. Okay. All right. Here we are. I'm nervous, if I'm honest. Every time we go back to this game, I'm like, I'm just, what is happening? So, I think what'll be nice when I move my desk is if I move the camera slightly. I think when we move everything, I might do it this weekend. I don't know. Depends what I want to get up to. Sometimes I take a day off with no pay. I mean, guess what? You just have that every day. I have that every day. But all right. I was telling somebody about this game the other day, and I was like, they're like, how's it going? And I was like, well, I haven't had to put a file somewhere in my, I haven't had to put a file somewhere in my computer. So we're okay there. You know, I haven't had to open up a folder in Windows and delete a file so that I could progress in a puzzle. So, which is one of my favorite horror things they've ever done. So last Wednesday, and I definitely recommend going back, if you're watching the VODs or whatever, going back and watching this game from the beginning, because it's important to do that. Other games do that, but yeah, that's one of them. So we had a big flashback moment. We had a big flashback moment where we talked to Parker Nest, which led me to believe that those flashbacks aren't flashbacks, but Emily re-experiencing those events in the context of the loops, which is really interesting, which kind of puts a new layer on them. And during the end, Francine had a crystal, a sort of pyramid, a crystal pyramid, that she, from what it saw, trapped the moon in. She then threw it into the road, and the weird little chicken guy chased after it and was apparently hit by a car. And then as the scene cut back and forth, we saw all of our characters in the road. And then on this loop, Francine is not here. Nobody seems to be referencing the fact that Francine's not here. We know Francine is not here. Like, we can tell Francine is missing. It's not like Francine doesn't exist. And she was replaced by, where she normally stands in the study or in the library, a triangular, that crystal pyramid with the moon in it. What does that mean? That's a good question, gang. So, I think it means we're getting closer to the end of the game. And so things are happening. Another thing that changed very quickly was Cliff has a copy, and I'm going to save just so time doesn't pass while we're talking. Cliff has a copy of of the book that Emily illustrated, and kind of the big thing she has going on. Okay, cool. So it is still this way. So this is all that's here of Francine. Hope Francine is okay. The big thing I need to find is I don't think it's in here. I need to figure out what the study might be. I don't think this is the study. There is the book that controls the mainframe. And I need to find that book. So we might have a loop or two. She's in the study. Okay, that's supposed to be the study. But I also can't talk to anybody about what's going on. As you know, as usual. Okay, so that's the study. We know there's a book missing from the study. This spot right here. One of the books is missing. I don't know if that's supposed to be the what we need. You know, I haven't got, God, Gary, you scared the shit out of me. I'm just gonna, okay. Okay, we did this one. Okay. Yeah, none of us have heard from Pete. I have a lot of questions about what's going on with Pete. This bit with Francine really adds to the theory that they're also all trapped in this loop in this way. So where I need to be, what I need to start looking at, as it's 8 o'clock. We need to be, gosh, where is it? It's, oh, right, okay, it's behind that, okay. It's the fun thing of, like, where is it? Because we solved this puzzle so long ago. Right, and then this is... There we go. So I need to figure out this, because I think that's the last chord. So behind this door is the final sort of clue. I'm not, yeah, and so I'm not ready to solve this yet. So what I think that's the game telling me is that I don't have the info. I haven't found it. Right? So we have this. 10 something 911. Parker, to retrieve the instructions for the industrial pump, first rewind, then print. This is all you ever use the mainframe for. I don't know why it's so hard to remember. So I don't know. Just, it's that thing where it's like, I don't know what's happening. And I know we flip those and then we can get over here. There's the power outage. Which was very scary because I kind of forgot that that happened. Ten. Is it the elevator? So I think we have to get a specific symbol. And then... What? I heard a sound and was like, hey. So the killer, so the monster's getting up to it quicker, huh? There's a lot going on in the flooded room. A big puzzle to solve in a room that's filling with electric death water. None of it means anything, though, if you don't know what you're trying to accomplish. Nest has to have some instructions for that system on file somewhere. Uh-huh. Okay. So... he has to have instructions for it somewhere. What, somewhere that I haven't seen? Or that didn't save? $12. That's the missing one. That's the was it? Does it, wait. All right, so Francine's just gone. Okay. Does this... Okay, there's been a few... Okay. So 10, 12, 9, 11. Is this... These stay out. Oh my god. This game's really good. This game's really good. It's a really good game. This is a really good game. All right. So, rewind. Okay. And I bet you, because the game is like this, I bet you it is programmed so that you cannot... This is the pump. You cannot solve this until you find that note. Like, you can't brute force it. You know what I mean? I bet you is designed in that way. Okay. So rewind is kind of like this. Let's go over here. Okay, hang on. Okay. There it is. Okay, rewind. Print is... an angle, okay. Which probably will need me to hit this center button. Let's dial it in here. Yep, that looks like print. Holy shit. Read the printout. 62 PSI. The industrial pump uses all of the remaining fluid in the hydraulic tank, so make sure the fluid levels in the tank are correct before operating. What does that mean? Does that mean I need to have all of the other pumps solved? All right, so 62, so each of those is 5. And that's 10. I think each of these was 30. 5, 10, 15, 20. No, these are 25, so these would be 50. And then in 26, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's 10. So 10. That, Do I think I might just need to experiment. Oh, do I have to go? Oh. I don't know if it broke or if I have to go reset it. I think this might be saying I think I might need to have solved all the pump puzzles before this. Also, the killer is out. Yep. Are we back to the first one? No. I got excited for a second. Okay. I don't know why I'm running. It would actively be easier. It's actively easier to restart. It's actively easier to restart. Man, am I gonna have to put together a perfect run once I've got this all figured out? Where's the bathroom pump? Okay. Like, am I gonna need to... I'm gonna... okay. We'll just wait. We'll just wait and see. We'll take it as it comes. Okay, yeah, because now I only have 18. Now I only have 18. So what, that's 50. And that's 10. Even if I have to reset it, we can just feel it out and see how it goes. So 1, 2, so it's 59, 60, 61, 62. So I actually don't need to... I thought the ones on the bottom just reset, but I guess not. So I actually don't want... Okay, so I don't want to withhold any. But if I reset the machine in the garage, I think it resets all the pumps. So let's... Oh, no, okay, just resets the bottom pump. Just resets the bottom pump. Great. Trout, good morning! Trout, how the heck are ya? Alright. Okay, so let's reset this. This should be what we want. I think. I don't have to drive to OKC in 120 heat index with no AC, so I'm good. Oh God, yeah. That is very good. Nessa, welcome back. So I get 8. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So 25, 50. So I'm starting with 50. Right? My boss gave me a ride to work, so I had to make conversation in the car. Thanks for the ride to work. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to this person in my phone. So I'm starting with 50 PSI and 8 left over. And if I want 62. Heck yeah, I saw Stream Raiders was ready. I want 62. So at least one of these is going to have to be the 5, right? So if I make it 7, I have 55. And that's 7. Right? Because 5 and 2. Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can get this done before I am murdered. Sometimes you just gotta write it down, you know? Sometimes writing it down, just write down your thoughts, just write down what you're trying to do. And, you know, you get there. I'm worried when it does saves like that at like 8:45. I'm worried what's happening. You know? Like, oh, 8:45 saved, and it's like, why? What did you do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hell yeah. All right. What's in this room? No idea. What the fuck? Hey, what? Hey. Put a coin in me and I'll give you a special gift. I wonder if there's a coin hidden somewhere. Turn on the generator in the mall. Kind of freaky being in this mall again. Kind of freaky that this mall exists under this rural house in Pennsylvania. What the? What? Oh, that's the monster. All right. Well. Well, we can't win this run. Because the lightning has already happened. But this is the 3 power things. I'm sorry. Is the monster not paused? Okay, no, I'm just hearing him. I was gonna say, if the monster doesn't pause, I'm gonna... So... So I need to figure out the, like, perfect run for this. Because we need to get up to the top, activate the lightning rod before the power outage, so that it's able to get the lightning strike. Then, I need to go down to the basement. I need to get into the welcoming room, is what I'll just call that. Get around, activate the one behind the creepy statue. And then come back to the basement, get down here. Oh, I also, when I'm upstairs, I need to solve the bathroom pump. And then, obviously on my way down here, I will solve the basement pump. Okay, I don't think it's going to be too difficult, but it's definitely going to require some skill. Okay, yeah, I need to start. Okay, I'm just gonna take the death. It's I can't win this run, so it's not worth running around and fussing. So right at the beginning, okay, we need to go upstairs. Let's just do it. It'll be faster if I think it through and do it. Okay, go to the bathroom. Solve the bathroom pump. The bathroom pump is 2, and we can go. One, 2, 3, 4. I don't need to turn the power on for that anymore. I don't remember what that was for. So that's fine. Open the door. Go through the accumulator. Check the machine. The machine is 8712. All right. Ready. So then my heart is beating so fast right now. My heart is beating so fast. What sucks is, okay, I need to go down to the basement. Okay. What sucks is being in the basement and I have to go all the way back up. Oh no, this is the big pump. I need this, the cellar pump. Okay. So as to not waste time, open that door. Shout out to everybody doing Stream Raiders. Okay, so big pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We might make it. We might make it. This might be it. It's really concerning there's nothing else in here to interact with, but I'll take it. Also, that chicken That chicken makes me wonder if there's a coin somewhere that I can get. Oh my gosh, my heart is pounding. My heart is pounding. I'm so scared. Okay, we need to go into this room. Nope, this was the steam tunnels. $9,009. We can get past this creepy guy. Start that. Okay, the killer might be active by the time I get upstairs. So I need to be very careful. I'm very scared. I'm very scared. My heart is fucking pounding. Oh God, Gary, you scared the shit out of me, Jesus. Oh! Oh, man! Hey, Pete. The accumulator. You've gotten them all individually. Now you just need to get them in one loop. I know. You're almost there.
Hey, yo.
You've got to, I do appreciate him saying, like, hey, don't forget you have to do the lightning rod first. Hi. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, we know what we have to do. We know what we have to do. We just have to do it. We just have to do it. Running into him on the stairs is the fucking worst. Because there's only that stair. What is it? 8712? Yes. Okay. Lightning rod set. I'm gonna open this door just in case I have to get past him. All right. Oh my God, I can't. I can't believe we were so close. Swap this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't believe we were so close. No. There we go. We were so close. Okay, big pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We did it. We got it. We got it. We just need to act. We just need to actuate. We just activate it. We just need to do it. Body's your home. Kira, hello. I have such a treat. If we win, Is this the mall? Yes. Yes. Iron, hello. She kind of barely comments on it, which in a funny way. How? Great question. She kind of barely comments on it, but at this point, it's like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, sure. It is what it is. All right. But Iron, how the heck are you doing? All right. So now... we just need to make it upstairs. We just need to make it upstairs. Okay, hang on, my chair is full. Okay, I think that's the killer popping up. Come on. Hang on. I just need to make it there. All right. All right. Come on. Lightning time. Let's go, baby. I'm shaking. My hands are shaking right now. Lightning. Extend the lightning rod in the attic. Oh, Francine. I didn't mean to scare you. What are you doing up here? The lamp in the study broke again, and I knew you were up here. What do you mean again? We need to talk before you do something rash, Em. There are other things we can do. Other options. I mean, for God's sake, Emily, look at this thing. Do you really think it can solve all your problems? What other choice do we have? You think you know how to get us out of this? No, I'm telling you, neither of us do. Maybe there is no way out. I think I first clocked it when you started poking around and solving Nest's little puzzles and talking in code. And for a moment there, I had a glimmer of hope that this was progress for both of us. That maybe you'd help me figure out how to get us out of here. But no, you're still you. But I'm begging you, don't let it come to this. Why trust a weird old man and his weird old machine? Listen, I don't want this fight to end. I want this to stay ugly because it's something. We need to get out of here, Francine. One way or another. We don't know what it'll do. It could ruin everything. As if everything isn't already ruined enough. This could be the end, Emily. Oh, Jesus! Francine, I'm sorry. Wait, it wasn't... Wait. Power up and activate the accumulator. It wasn't on. Another fine mess you've gotten yourself into. Go to hell. He could be pretentious sometimes, but he didn't talk like the goddamn great gazoo. Ness made it sound like you're not really you. And you're gonna trust him. You took the time to turn on his machine. Look how much good that did you. Seems like it worked out okay. I'm still here. Barely. You can't keep coming back like this forever. Turning on the accumulator almost bled this place dry. I thought the accumulator created this place. The accumulator couldn't create shit. It's a wooden box attached to one of those static electricity machines from the Science Museum. At least it was. The decades of obsession Nest put into it turned it into a ticking time bomb. The raw energy of it almost killed this place. So if this place dies, what happens to us? Do we get set free or what? How do you define free? That's not a good answer. Don't start with me. Truthfully, I don't know. The strength that's keeping you here is giving out, but so is the strength that's keeping here. When that strength is finally gone, I don't know. I don't know if you're no longer here or if you go out with the rest of what's here. If that makes sense. Makes about as much sense as any of the rest of this stuff. I don't think I'm going to be able to talk to you again after this. I don't think I'll be able to do anything after this. Since there'll be a quiet moment before the thought of the house intrudes again, do you have anything you'd like to know? Oh my god. What? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What's the thing that keeps killing us? It's a good question. It's a symptom, a side effect. So are you, though you have a little more of a sense of self than the homunculus does. Who are you really? For all intents and purposes, I'm Pete. Why are you helping me? Like I said before, why do you think I would want to hurt you? Because you've had me and my friends trapped in a hellish memory with a meat monster that keeps killing us? I didn't create the house. I didn't create you or the memory or the meat monster. These things just flow through me. I don't want any of this for you. I don't want anything. If you didn't create the killer, who did? I don't know. Entropy? What is up with all these evasive answers? I can't believe Ness was more forthcoming than you. Ness just has a way with words, I guess. What happens to you now? I don't know. That one's a little beyond me. There's a threshold I'm aware of. I can hear it. I can barely hear anything else. I'm really scared. I'm not ready to cross it, but I don't have any choice. Still, it's good while it lasted. It was nice meeting you. Shucks. Alright, I feel like I'm starting to fade. I don't have the choice not to bring the house back again. The house all of you that night, the gravity of it is too great. Greater than me. Why? I don't know. Seems pretty pointless, if you ask me. It's been created and destroyed and recreated before. But this time it's taking longer. I don't know how many more times it can happen again. If there's a finite end to this game, I'm gonna kind of be mad, but... Take care. Oh, I hate... It's the meat sounds. Wait. We're on the outside of the house. Hey. This is after Francine hit her head. I'm about to head out of town, and I didn't want to leave without checking on me. Yeah. Do you want to come in? What happened? What happened? How's your head? Oh, it's fine. I didn't even end up spending the night. When I got home, I passed out like immediately. But I kept waking up. Something about being told you could die in your sleep really gives you fitful dreams, you know? Yeah, you're not supposed to sleep if you have a concussion. The doctor said I could sleep, so I've been working at it all day. I don't understand the story. I think that may be in large part due to only having witnessed half of it, though. Yeah, I have a feeling it's one of those stories that's going to make sense at the end. You know, where we're at a working backwards sort of situation. She just had to avoid caffeine and, like, strenuous mental activity, I guess. Gosh, Francine, I just wanted to say I'm... Hold on. Are you here to apologize? You feel sorry? For what? I don't know. I just... Watching you fall, I couldn't help but feel like I could have done something about it. About what? A fiberglass hot dog collapsed. I got a concussion. It wasn't the end of the world. I really thought that hot dog could hold our weight. Oh, all of you climbed on the hot dog. That's not a good idea. I did too. Could have broken your neck. But I didn't. You came with me into the ER. You were there for like 3 hours. People have aneurysms, sometimes hours later. People hit their head going up the stairs and die after a week with no warning. I remember you having a better handle on this stuff. What's going on? I think I might be experiencing some cognitive decline. What are you talking about? I don't know, I think I'm just in town to see some fucking shooting stars or whatever. A meteor shower. I'm stuck in this part of the process where my friends and I are like strangers. The ice never breaks. I can't get through to anyone. She's not going to be able to say any of this. Oh. Well. Then some kind of mass freak shows up and starts killing them. Killing them over and over because we're trapped in a time loop in this stupid old house we rented. It's so absurd I start to think it must not be happening. I assume it just has to end somehow, that it was never real in the first place. But no, there is a mass killer, and it's some kind of Groundhog Day thing. But even then, that isn't true. It's some kind of nasty fake reality we're in. I don't know, Is there something just fucked up about me? Did I do something to deserve this? Has this all been... Like, I created that thing, didn't I? Willed it into being? Or is this just in my head? Am I unconscious in a car at the bottom of a ravine? Did I slip in the fucking shower or something? Emily, you can't... The worst thing about all this is I don't even know if anything is special about it. Maybe this is just normal disillusionment. Emily, we're trapped in a time loop, and there's a knife-wielding monster that keeps killing us. Ugh, I know. It sucks. So, okay. So somehow, Francine is also unmoored from the time loop. But something about this night, when I left your apartment, whenever the hell this actually happened, I remember the look you were giving me, like future, uncertain, anything can happen stuff. And I fucked it up. Hermited myself away and didn't talk to you or anyone. I let it all slip. I lost my best friend over nothing. After the night at the hospital, I told myself I wasn't going to depend on anyone else ever again. I wasn't going to caretake or be taken care of. I went all in on me. And when I saw you again at Ness House a year later, I realized it was working, I guess. I wasn't angry, didn't feel passionate about not having heard from you. It was just a matter of fact. Oh, Francine, you don't have to apologize. I'm not apologizing. I did what was right for me. I decided I wasn't going to give you or my dad or my landlord who needs to come inside my apartment for half an hour to tell me he's raising my rent. I decided I wasn't going to give anything more time, more thought than I could spare. I did everything I could. I started waking up at 6 a.m. every day, meditating for an hour. I upped my therapy to as many times a week as my insurance would allow. And then when I lost that insurance, I found free counseling services, did that as much as I could. I made a full-time job of just trying to be happy. And I'm still not. It wasn't enough to maintain. The yearning's still there. There's a sense that whatever used to make life magical is gone. You can't remember what it was, so you invent things. It was a video game you loved. The Halloween bucket from McDonald's. I mean, the Halloween bucket from McDonald's were pretty fucking rad. I had one for a bit. That's facts. Maybe it's a plan you make, some future time where you'll imagine you'll feel exactly like you used to. The reality is things are changing, but nothing is changing faster than you are. The days are shorter now, and you're in pain, and there's someone with a knife coming for you. Don't hit your head on the stairs. I'm so goddamn sick of living in the past. That sounds pretty healthy. Then why does it hurt so much? Not everything feels good all the time. So, we're not really here, are we? I don't think so. Yep. All the flashbacks we've been having are part of the illusion. This is interesting. This is an interesting concept. This is an interesting concept. Nuji Bears, hello! Nuji Bears, how the heck are you doing? See, I had thought this one. I had thought, especially after the last one, it was kind of an inkling in my head. But especially after the last one, I was like, I think the flashbacks are part of it. I think the flashbacks are happening to us in real time. I don't know about this one. I think the house trip was probably a long time ago. I think so too. It feels like an old, bad memory. It feels good to be able to talk about it. It does. Shit. Oh. No, it's fine. I'll get a towel. Are we just not... It's been a real busy 2 weeks. I think I'm coming out of all the busy stuff after today. Heck yeah. Someone cut your string. That's, yeah. Yeah, ow. Not too busy to bump up Tomba. Guess it's kind of pathetic we weren't able to let any of this go, huh? Yeah. I wonder when this even actually is. The present, I mean. It's sad if this is happening like a year after the trip to Ness house. Way sadder if it's like 5 years later. Or if it's been decades and this is hell. Pretty boring hell. We're gonna die in this place, aren't we? Probably. I mean, permanently. For real, this time. Probably. Alright, fucking... What do I do? What do I... Alright, so it's not the accumulator. And it's not going out the front door. Newsbears, I hope your busy stuff. I hope your busy stuff clears up. What just happened? So, what just happened is the game kind of laid out some things that it's been hinting at this whole time to kind of be like, hey, here's what's happening. So we know now, it seems like Emily and Francine are the ones experiencing the time loop, right? It seems like it's Emily and Francine are experiencing this time loop. This is a memory. This is not the present, right? And all of the flashbacks we've been seeing are part of whatever this illusion place thing is. Not Pete said that this can't keep happening. And that eventually we're gonna run out of juice. Basically. What if it's going out the accumulator or the front door? This cannot continue. Yeah, like this will end, and whatever happens when that happens. It's not the front door. And it's not the accumulator. And so what I think I need to do in this run is I need to talk to Francine. Because we still have space. I was inverting what you're saying. It's not the accumulator or going out. I see. What if it's going out the accumulator? I think it has something to do with that crystal that Francine had. I think we still have a bit of this, but this game is heavy. This game is heavy. Hang on one second. So yeah, this has been cool. This has been a really fucking cool game. This has been a really cool game. Do you think Real Pete never showed up to the original trip here? I wonder if there's something, if something happened with Real Pete, Pete at the time, that like Pete was late, and because they don't remember anything with Pete, like that's why it's taking on Pete's face, because that's somebody that wasn't there. Jalen! More chicken game. Hell yeah. Let me tell you, that chicken thing is maybe the scariest thing that's happened in this game. That chicken's maybe the scariest thing that's happened in this game. Straight up. Alright. I'm trying to get the, I'm getting stream readers going. Getting stream raiders going here. All right. Jalen, how you doing, my friend? All right, I'm just gonna go talk to Francine. I don't know what else to do. Zelda taught me to fear chickens. Francine. Hey, Emily. So, we're back. Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd just, like, wake up in our beds somewhere. Free from this. Same, but hey, we're not dead. Guess we have to figure out how to get out of here for good. Let's try. By the way, I'm sorry about that business in the attic, the fight over the accumulator. Francine, you know you don't have to apologize. I mean, Jesus, I didn't know what I was doing. That thing could have killed us. Yeah, well, it didn't. And at the end of the day, what other options do we have? Sure, Pete, whoever Pete is. You were talking to Pete too, right? Yeah, at least it looked like Pete. But I don't know, it's like he's busted or something. He used to be a lot more him. Since you showed up, he's gotten fuzzier. Since you showed up. So has Francine been in this loop longer than we have? Pete said turning on the accumulator at full power almost killed this place. So I'm thinking, why not just do it again? About that, maybe you should go check out the attic. Uh-oh. It's changed, isn't it? Doing pretty good. Got some breakfast and chilling. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's gone. Oh, wow. Stare at void. Jesus, what's going on up here? Thing that's been growing in the sky. It's not the moon. It's some kind of hole. So much for turning on the accumulator again. What are we gonna do? Great question. No. Should be a nice slow day. Love it. Love to hear it. Love that for you. You deserve it. All right. You saw the attic? Yup. The hell's going on up there? I think that the full moon that's been above us this time is actually some kind of void. And it's getting bigger as this place dies. Crap. What are we gonna do? Do you think it has something to do with the lights above the elevator? Literally the only thing. The elevator? Oh, right. The one the killer rides up into the house. Anyway, that thing, the creature. The killer? Wait, what do we call that thing? Homunculus. Ness said it was a homunculus. Sure, a false human, but isn't that kind of a mouthful? Is this what we're worried about? Yeah. Is this what we're worried about right now? I think there are more important things to worry about right now. Fair enough. Yeah, it brings the homunculus up to that crawl space next to the bedroom on the second floor, but it's impossible to get inside up there. Right, and it passes through the little waiting room next to the cellar at some point during every loop. Yeah, where the hell does it start? Just someplace far beneath the house? Why would the killer be on that elevator in the first place? Ness told me about it once. Well, he didn't actually know either, but he said he figured out how to get inside. He said it had something to do with the waiting room. Some hidden sequence. He said he got it open himself once, but he was too afraid to go inside. He thought he could end this whole thing. It would solve the mystery of the loop, if not escape outright. But he said he was too much of a coward to do it himself. At least he was being honest, I guess. Yup. Either way, it seemed important. Like the homunculus was coming from there for a reason. So we need to ride down that elevator ourselves? Guess so. Do you have any idea how to get inside? Actually, I do know one thing. I heard from Nest, actually, the last time I talked to him before he disappeared. He said he had a clue for you. Told me to put it someplace only you can access. Someplace only Oh, I know. So there's a giant void in the sky that's slowly eating this place. Yes. And when you put it that way, it does seem really bad. I don't know why I'm trying to put on a brave face. It's really horrifying. I keep trying to be brave about it, too. Kind of hard to be lighthearted in a situation like this, though. You made it sound like this place, the version of the house that we're in, even the places from the past that we've seen lately, they're all part of some greater being. A living being? One that's dying? Yeah, and as it dies, the hole in the sky is going to get bigger and bigger until there's nothing left. Francine, this is so fucked up. I hate it. Let's focus on the task at hand, okay? We have to figure out how to get out of here. Got it. All right. One place only I can access. I know exactly where that is. Oh, it's covered in blood now. Why would it be covered in blood? Huh. Bunch of little rectangles labeled with the names of the rooms throughout the house. Definitely seen this before. Yeah, this is... Okay. So this is... So this is above the elevator. Did I... I think I took a screenshot of it. I think I just took a screenshot of it. Yeah. Oh. I know what this is. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you do this? If this is what it is, so here's, okay. So it's really annoying. Hey, OBS, it's really annoying I can't drag and drop images into OBS. That's really annoying. That's kind of bad. I would like to be able to do that, please. Let's why can't I copy file location? All right, whatever. All right, let me add this image. Hang on. Let me put this image on stream. So this is the picture of the elevator that I took, right? This is the screenshot of the image of the elevator that I took. And so, if we compare it to the clue, you can see some things are lit and some things are not lit. My immediate guess, what have we seen throughout the whole house that the game has called out very specifically, very intentionally, but we've never seen a use for? We see it all the time. I've gone, I wonder why this is here. It's in every room. It's in every single one of those rooms. What would be in every single room of the house? The chicken? That's not a bad guess. There's more weird stuffed turkeys than I imagine. Exactly. The light switch. The light switches. Every single room has a light switch that is very specifically pointed out. You don't know if the chicken's not in every room? It's a good point. It's a valid point. It's a valid point, Jalen. You know? I can't say you're wrong. Just because you don't see the chicken doesn't mean chicken doesn't see you. You got it. I mean, you know? So what I think this is saying is these are the floors of the house, right? These are broken up, the floors of the house, right? So attic, top floor, ground floor, basement level, flooded room is the absolute bottom floor. Each of these are the levels of the floor. Each of these are the rooms on that floor. And these are the light switches that need to be on or off. And once the pattern above the elevator matches that pattern, it'll open.
Give me a hell yeah. What?
You have to do that all in one run?
What?
I think so, but that's not actually that much because it's not a lot of expanded area for the house. It's just the house. So like I have to run up to the attic and turn the attic on. And that's assuming this is the base, right? So I just have to check that these rooms are on and off. So luckily there's not a lot of ground to cover. I have to cover the whole house. So it's not nothing, but it should be doable. Probably not in this run. 738. What about the power? Oh. That's a good point. I wonder if it still counts. Well, so you can see I took the screenshot before the power outage. So, that's a Iron, that's a very good question. That's a very good thought. This room doesn't lose power. The waiting room where the elevator is does not lose power once the lightning strikes. It's just the main house itself. But hopefully it's just the position of the switches. I hope it's that. I hope it's that. I don't think it's impossible, but it would be very tight. It would be very tight. Okay, let's hide that image. Let's get rid of that image. Okay. Let's go talk to Francine. Hey, so this is all in the past, right? The house, the Perseids, you and me here in this room. It was in the past, yeah, though I guess now it isn't. And silly question, but there wasn't a horrifying murder monster back then, right? There wasn't, at least not that I remember. Let's focus on the task at hand, okay? We have to figure out how to get out of here. Got it. Okay, so let's move this image over here so I can kind of see it. So this is the study. The study needs to be on. The bedrooms need to be off. The attic needs to be on. Oh. It's 7:45, my guy. It's 7:40 fucking 5. Like, what do you mean? Oh, dicks. Dick's Sporting Goods. Oh, come on. Come on, Emily, you gotta juke. Push it into the void. I wish I had any. All right. Okay, so we have to end downstairs, so let's start upstairs. Duck, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge. Gotta do an escape dash first. Right, I have to counter his attack so that it's stunned, so then I can get past it. You're right. Okay. So I need to end at the bottom. So let's start at the top, right? So the attic needs to be on. The bedrooms need to be off. I can't believe it shows up at 7:45 now. Like, get the whole shit out of here. Do you know what I mean? Like, get your whole ass out of here. Oh, did I check? Hang on. I can't believe this is it. Do you know what I mean? There's a part of me that's like, are you kidding? Okay, foyer off. Living room on. Oh wait, living room on, dining room on. I thought the bathroom needs to be on. Oh, the bathroom does need to be on. Shit. If I just run into him and die immediately, I'm gonna be mad. Okay. Okay, we might be good. We might be good. We might be okay. We might be okay. We might be okay. Garage needs to be on. Okay. So, garage is on. Cellar off. Let's get through to the flooded room. Oh no! Getting through to the flooded room means I need to solve the pump in the bathroom. All right, let's... I don't think it's gonna happen, but puzzles. Let's see, maybe. Right, it's you swap it. Do I have to swap it? No. Okay. Oh God. Okay, he's on the first floor. He's on the first floor. Okay. We might be okay. We might be okay. We might be okay. We might be okay. Get to there. Get to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Yes. All right. So... waiting room and art studio. So flooded room needs to be on. This is going to be harder once we have the power outage. The flooded room is this room. Okay, so the flooded room is on. I guess we could check the door and learn the default state, but I didn't. Okay, so now we're here. This door is open. So the waiting room needs to be off. The art studio needs to be on. The art studio is this room. No. And so... Oh! 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 Basement 2? Elevator. Descend in the birdcage elevator. That sounds bad. It's my room? Notes to myself. Also, the clock says 12 a.m. The clock is stuck. A package from Francine. She sent it like a week after I moved. I kept meaning to open it. So you've just had that package for like a year? Oh, man. I'm very stressed about this. This is Laura's room. I forgot she had a roommate. Learning first aid exposes you to some gross imagery. That's true. That's a good point. She has a Super Nintendo. It's my room again. Cleaning up this area was a lot of work. It was like pulling teeth, but it felt like a good first step. Like the rest would follow. I don't know, I feel bad about this. It's an unopened package from Francine. I let it sit for months. There's like a squelchy sound. This is Laura's room. It took me a long time to finally take this sign down. I'm sorry? Excuse me? Oh no. Sticky notes, they're all from me. Some of these are really passive aggressive. What happened to Laura? That's a good question. I understood why Laura moved out, but it still felt really bad. Examine meat. Exposed muscle, breathing slowly. Is this place alive? Made of meat? I can barely stand to think about it. Oh no! Half a pair of scissors. There's blood on the blade, like someone cut themselves breaking it apart. Jesus, I really let this place fall apart. Francis, I'm so glad. I just unloaded all my boxes of books. I gotta give you some of these because this awful reading habit of mine makes moving miserable. Try stabbing the wall. It's crazy that I can be doing work and know within 5 miles you're putting around doing your thing. Congrats on the real actual book you illustrated, by the way. I know there's always a dream of yours, so proud of you. Look at us, 2 adults with jobs and apartments in the same city. Come check out my dinky little apartment. I want to see your dinky little apartment. I want to see Laura again. I want to go to the museum or movies or get drunk and play pinball. Heart F. A growing pile of mail. What a mess. This makes me feel unsure if it's a good or bad thing that I like immediately rip open our mail. Did I really let it get this bad? I don't. Here's Laura's room. Sticky notes. I didn't know what else to do. Some of these are in a handwriting I don't recognize. In fact, they're not even words. This sticky notes everywhere. Some of these are in my handwriting. A lot of them are just scrawled, scribbly mess. It's turning gray, dying. This place is on its last legs. We don't have long left. So... Scratches. Is that thing trapped down here? Bunch of torn up sheets, bandages, and paper, all torn up and mixed together. Is it a nest? Hey, I just want to say as a note, it might get real rough here in a minute, so if you gotta take time away for yourself, you know, do what's best for you. Uh-oh. Emily! Sorry about the mess. I don't think it's this bad in real life. Where'd it go? It has to be looking for us, right? Not anymore. Saw the door was open, made a break for it. I don't think it liked being here either. Things are going wild up above. You should see it. Up above? We can't go back up there. You'd rather take your chances out there? Good point. Not a wild classical haunted house anymore. It's just a house. Just a normal house with a normal attic. I mean, it still has an elevator. That's weird. Yeah, after you went down the elevator, I kind of lived and died a few more times. And geez, really? Yeah, don't worry about it. But every time I came back, it seemed like the house was changing. It got a little smaller, less colorful. A little sadder, more like I actually remember it. Let's take a look around, I guess? Knock yourself out. Yeah, I'm not going in there. That's probably the final thing. Parker. I'm watching the sunset over the lake as I write this. The garden I told you about has finally begun to pay off. The zucchinis are just beginning to flower. My tomato plants are bearing big, misshapen fruit. My basil's come in a bit wimpy this year, but it does just fine for a light caprese salad on a night like this. I think back on the dinky little garden I tried so hard to cultivate in your side yard that summer, where everything I planted was choked out by that single rogue watermelon vine. And now we checked on that wayward little watermelon every day, joking about the seed spitting contest we'd have when it was grown. And of course those rat bastard squirrels beat us to the punch. When we found that hollowed out round, you were crying laughing, and I was just plain crying. Such a silly thing. Speaking of silly things, have you ever heard from any of the old gang lately? You'll never believe it, but I find myself getting lonesome out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure you understand the feeling. It's a joy to live alone, yes, but I find myself missing the sounds of poorly picked guitar in the early morning, the inexplicable clunks in the bowels of the house, the smell of the damp cellar mixed with clove cigarettes, the art projects, the experiments, the conversations we'd had just sitting on the steps outside arguing over nothing. Kids sometimes come down to the shore just off my property and smoke grass. It smells just up here and drives me crazy with nostalgia. They believe they're being sly, and I'm happy to let them think that just as long as I can enjoy their distant laughter and fun. It makes me miss you, and that house, and those people, very much. I wonder if we could corral all those old folks back together for some sort of reunion. An exchange of ideas, as we would have called it then. It'd be lovely to see some familiar faces again, and do whatever it was we aging punks do with ourselves now that we're no longer cool or relevant. Not that we ever really were, anyway. So, enough of my navel gazing. Are you well? What are you working on? Tinkering with? Is that cat still hanging around your back door? Do you have any books to recommend? Please do drop me a line whenever you find the chance. I do so love to pick that strange brains of yours. Warmly, C. There we go. I was like, let me look at the drawings. Clara, I found these while cleaning, and since I'll be around the post office today, I wanted to take a moment to send them to you. They're from another time, but somehow I still think of these as these feeble little lines and hands that drew them. Parker. Guess this is an old Grubsoft game. Looks scary. It does. That looks great. Purred mystery, and then spooky haunted birdhouse.
Honk, fuck off.
The murderous birdhouse. Of course Brian is here for the murderous birdhouse. Someone make that game. Someone listen, someone take that Famicom cartridge. Apparently it's people that are being murdered in the house, but in this one it's birds. Apparently the Korean rating board got dissolved because of gacha game players. What? So I guess when we're ready, we just flip the switch on the accumulator. Wait, the accumulator? That box over there? Yep. Here it's just a totally normal, old, creepy old pseudoscience box. Wow. Might as well give it a try. What happened to the others after I left? The other kids? They all disappeared. Not long after you went into the elevator, they were just gone. And then the elevator came back up and the homunculus got in and went after you. That's when the house started to change. What happened to this place? I have no idea. I mean, I guess I have some idea. You saw it, it was falling apart. Feels like it shed the layers we'd put on it. Like it turned back into Nest's house it actually was. Without all the emotional burden we had put on it. Exactly. I guess. By the way, what was the deal with those fleshy little creatures? Little jiggly ones in Ness' house. They really creep me out! They really creep me out. They sort of remind me of the homunculus. Bipedal flesh lumps just going through the motions of human behavior. But like, baby. Almost like the homunculus had reference material to pull from. There was this time where one had gotten injured and was dragging itself towards me, whimpering and stuff. It started nuzzling against my leg like it wanted me to pet it. So I did. Until it died. I think that might have messed me up more than some of the times I watched you guys die. Ugh. What did its skin feel like? Like wet velvet. Done with the online part of my first aid course, and I just gotta do the classical part on Sunday? Heck yeah. Love that. Also, Brian, how are you? You came in hot on a joke, and I hope you're having a good day, buddy. Definitely not me. Do you think this place has been making us out of the same stuff? No. I refuse to entertain this possibility. What do you think happened to Nest? In my heart of hearts, I think I'm kind of charmed by him in spite of everything. I want to hope he got older and wiser somehow. There's a letter over there from Clara. The tone is like she's older and wiser herself. Sounds like Nest got back in touch with her at some point, and she's not replying like he's a preening, obnoxious jerk, so I guess he did something right. That's pretty heartening. Clara seems generally interesting and sweet. I feel weirdly attached to this idea of her. Which might just be Nest's idea of her. Speaking of Ness ideas, did you read his doofy sci-fi? Oh yeah, very bad. I can see the pamphlet now. Are you at risk of becoming a baby man? See anything interesting in the sky? No, you don't. Go inside. The drawing on it is kind of like an old cigarette ad looking guy with a lightning shooting out of his eyes. Like an old prog rock album cover. And the drawing's bad. Apparently the rating board rated the gacha game Blue Archive, and players didn't like it, so 5,000 people petitioned for an official audit since it's a government agency, and the audit led to it being dissolved. What did they find in the audit? Wait, what? Okay, hang on. We're gonna get into that. Hang on. And the drawing is really bad. I miss you. I missed you too, dummy. Even if you only had a little time left, I hope after all this, you figured out how to stop being a shut-in. Hope that after all this, I figured out how to stop being a shut-in. You're never too old to not figure any fucking thing out, I guess. I always thought you had it more figured out than me. Well, I'm glad the elaborate ruse of my entire personality worked. What do you think happened to the other kids after they disappeared? I guess the same thing's gonna happen to us? Yikes. Did we ever end up working our shit out? I don't know. Maybe. I like the thought of it. Me too. Did you ever hash things out with Laura? I don't remember. I hope she found a better roommate, at least. Do you remember anything that happened after this? I don't even know what year it is. I'm gonna look around some more just because I'm not sure if we did everything. The agency was legit corrupt. Oh, well, maybe. Okay, well, that's fine then. It's funny, though. All right. I'm ready to go. I am too. Let's get together soon, okay? Oh! I couldn't say it. I couldn't say it. I tried. I couldn't say it. It was good seeing you. Man, the fact that after all this, whatever it was, whatever it is that keeps me from saying it, whether it's my anxiety, whether it's some weird magic bullshit of this place, which hasn't affected us for a little bit. The fact that after all of this, I couldn't say, I hope to see you soon. That dashes a lot of my hope for whether Emily is okay after this. That dashes a lot of my hope. To say nothing of all of the imagery paralleling Emily and the homunculus. Like, there's a lot of imagery that parallels Emily and the homunculus, let alone that scene where she's literally the homunculus. No, it wasn't. The animation on this is pretty good. Escape the house, Redux. Escape the house for the last time. Sadly for Emily, only homunculus gets to have cool face tentacles. Don't look at the sun, that's bad. What is that noise? Okay. Is that... Am I supposed to feel good by that ending? Am I supposed to feel... good about that? She went outside. She did go outside. Something about the noise there when she was looking at the sun made me iffy. Gosh. This was incredible. This was... Wow. I want to point out, so I got Escape the House for the Last Time Redux. That was, I'm still missing 2 achievements. There's 2 hidden achievements. No idea. Shake my head. Listen. Thank you for playing. Thank you. Thank you for making it. As always, thank you to game developers for the incredible amount of work that goes into making a game. Every game that's released is goddamn a miracle. This game doesn't have a TV tropes page, so how can I have someone explain it to me? This is why I have all the Warframe achievements and you don't. Damn. Let's listen. I'm gonna look up over here what the achievements are. I'm not gonna look it up in a way that other people can see it. So if people are watching this, I can look it up over here. Okay. And what? Oh, that's tricky. I'm actually kind of surprised we didn't get that one. Okay. Well, wonder how much of this I can solve. If I hit continue, where does it bring us? If I hit continue, where do we end up? Oh, yeah, okay, so we end on that final loop where we have this. Okay. Let's see. Let's see, because we can probably do this. We might be able to... Come on. There we go. Matt's an NB who can do this. Hey! Perfect. Yeah, one of the achievements is literally touch that wire and die, which is very funny. Which is very funny to me. Oh! Oh, we didn't see this! Oh, what is this? This is a different note. Parker, please forgive me, but after sitting on it for a few days, I cannot accept this painting as a gift. I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it in the corner of my eyes while trying to work and losing my train of thought as I break out into chills. I don't want to seem superstitious. The thing is just ghastly. I think it'd be better displayed in your home. Bryn Stowart. Trying to decide what to be tempted. Excuse me, what happened? Why are there flies? Okay. Yeah, that's actually kind of scary. Yeah, that's one of the freakiest things that's happened in this game. Trying to decide what to let myself be tempted by my wish list with the summer sale. Okay, so the last achievement is a little tricky. The last achievement is a little tricky. It's kind of better to do it now. Oh, you can see. Oh, look, you can kind of see the meat. You can kind of see the meat. Yeah, because Like a Dragon is 75 off, but am I ever actually going to play it? I don't know if you'll like it. You might. I was actually just going through working on some of the achievements, and oh, have you seen the other kids? Oh god, yeah, with the hole in their faces. I hate it. One night, all of a sudden, they were just gone. Here, but checked out. I saw the same thing happen to Laura once. We were talking, and I think I pushed her too far, and then poof, she was gone. You're lucky you got here late. I'm here alone with them for like a whole day. Oh, that's right, because she was here. Her time loop of this day is going to be completely different than our time loop. Oh man, I keep forgetting you were here before me. That sounds horrible. For a while, it was kind of nice. It was good seeing them at their high point. Over time, the longer we were stuck in this place, a pall kind of fell over the whole thing. I hated seeing them get down on themselves. Now it's kind of peaceful, if in a creepy and unsettling kind of way. They're quiet. They're like this the whole time before I show up? Yeah, for me the loop starts on Friday night as soon as I step in the door. The other kids are here too, unpacking their things. Oh, God! Oh! Now they just stare at each other, going through the motions like they're chatting and having a good time. But they're not. Jesus. Sounds like it was worse for Nest. One time he told me he was alone in the loop for what felt like years, waiting for us to show up. No wonder he seemed so exhausted. I hope he's okay now. So do I guess. Gosh, I didn't even consider that Francine's... So I mentioned at some point that I was like, hey, I wonder if they have different time loops. I wonder if the time loop is different for them. Oh man. I just did the spoiler fight like a dragon. His different stances from the other games are annoying. Yeah, that is the, now that I've gone through, I actually rebeat the game. That is the most annoying boss fight. That is the most annoying boss fight by a solid margin. We're gonna get, oh hey! You can hear him. Hey, come on, buddy. Video games exist? Boy, do they. Boy, do they. Get him. Get him. All right. Let's loop. I think I can do this. I think I can do this. I think I'm a gamer. Okay, where are you? Oh, you're right there. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Yeah, I don't know if you would like a dragon, Kira. There's some design decisions in it that I think are not great. I think I should remove Like a Dragon from my wish list. I don't have the patience for JRPGs like I used to. And it's not a great example. Is it too? Like it has some really rough spots that I think are gonna grate on you. Come on. Come on. Okay, here's the hard one. Is he gonna get Cliff? No, he's coming for me. Okay. Let's hide. What are you trying to achieve now, by the way? So, I have to see all of them killed in one run, which should trigger right now. Which should trigger... I think I have to examine them. I think I have to examine them. I think I have to actively examine them. Let me see what does it say? Inspect. Inspect. So. Gosh, I'll say I'm glad I did this on stream because we got that detail with their faces that I'm glad everybody got to see. I'm glad everybody got to see. That was chilling. All right. Let's do Stream Raiders. Let's do Stream Raiders here. All right. So now I just have to wait for the killer to show up. This was really good. This was really good. I really liked this game. I really liked this game. This memory log really was the decision that kept it from being too much. I think without this game would have been ridiculous. So I'm glad they made the decision to do this. I think that's the elevator. Do I actually want Koromon? I haven't played Koromon, so I can't say. Yeah, there's the elevator. There's the door opening. You tell me to shut up about my wish list if I'm being annoying? No. Not at all. Yeah, there's the save because there's it coming. I really love the positional audio. It's very fun and terrifying, like knowing where it is based on like because I can hear it, you know? But no, you're fine. You're fine. I definitely want to hear. I want to hear about the games on your wish list. I want to hear about the games that you're thinking about getting. Can you inspect them? Can you not do it when you're scared? Can you not do it when you're actively being chased? Is that the thing? Ah! Okay, that was, woof! That was too close. Okay, we're gonna go in here and hide. Definitely getting Sucker for Love and Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. Oh, Sucker for Love. Sucker for Love is so good. Sucker for Love is so good. I have a bunch of the Sherlock Holmes games. I should probably play them. Did you... Where'd you go, bud? Come on. Come on, I'm trying to get something done here, homie. I'm again feeling like, but am I actually gonna play Garden Story? I have Garden Story, I should play it. Oh! The door broke a little. Oh no. I wonder if that means he's gonna... I wonder if that means he's gonna find me. I wonder if that means he's gonna find me. This might be one I do off stream if I don't get it this loop. Oh, because now when the lightning flashes, he goes to stand by the window. Yeah, I might do this on another loop. I think I'm waiting for an even larger discount on Sekiro. What's it at right now? Come on, guy, you were right there. $50%? Yeah, you can wait for longer. I think you can wait. I believe in you. Eastward, would I even actually enjoy that? I don't know. Eastward looks good. You could, I mean... Oh, shit! Oh my god. Eastward, I would say definitely, like, look up a review. Go get him. No, kill Cliff. Kill Cliff. Gosh, if there's anybody in this that I don't mind being killed, it's Cliff. Come on. Get him. Okay, now I have the impossible task. Fuck. Oh, I did it. Oh, MLG. Eastward looked really fun. That might be a game that's a little more dependent on what the price is. Don't I need to check the bodies upstairs? I already did. I just need to be able to inspect Cliff. This was an awkward time to come back. Listen, Cliff sucks. Their faces are gone. I really need to watch the archive of this. Yeah, I want to maybe lure it upstairs. See, I don't want to lure it upstairs because there's only one way up or down. Come on. And so I'm nervous. I'm nervous about, yeah, but there's loops to make it go through. It's true. Yeah, I'm debating getting the archive for this up very quickly. Because this game's fucking rad. Okay. It sounds angry. The face scan up there is silly, good, / doesn't have another use. No, I think it's just to let you know that, like, you're scared. I think it's just there to be like, you're fucking scared. It's Cliff, he's dead. I did it! Dead bodies in one loop, inspect all of Emily's friends after they die. I did it! I mastered Homebody! Woo! I did it!
Wonderful!
Yes! Yes! Praise! What I live for! Okay, cool. We did it. Oh, exit. Oh my god, this game is so good. This game is so good. They even managed to have like even the achievements that are weird aren't annoying, which is great. So you can just have a good time. Oh my goodness gracious. This was great. This is really good. Oh, this was really good. I'm so pleased that I you know, because I got an email. I got the email that was like, hey, do you want a key for this game? And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. And then we watched like 10 minutes of the Grumps playthrough. And I was like, oh, I gotta play this. I gotta play this. And gosh, this was great. This was so good. This was so good. So yeah, shout outs again to Keymailer for the key. Always taking care of me. Gosh. I'll probably, I might try to have the archive for this up quicker than usual. I'm really trying to get closer to parity with the archives, but that's not a thing anybody's worried about. That's a thing that bothers me, not that bothers anybody else. So, it's fine. But yeah, gosh, we mastered Homebody. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. I'll have to do reviews and stuff for all that, but gosh. All right, and perfect time for morning break. I was worried it might end too early, but honestly, we were right there. I love it. I love it. All right. We're gonna go. I'm gonna take my morning break, like I said. When I get back, the treat that I have for everybody, and myself, just like my nerves, is we are going to play the Pikmin 4 demo. We're gonna play the Pikmin 4 demo. I knew it was coming, and then it was out. It was available. So we're gonna play the Pikmin 4 demo because I'm excited about that game. And I'm excited there's a demo, and I want the cool costume. You get a costume for playing the demo in Pikmin Bloom, and I want that costume. So we're gonna do that when I get back. So I'll see you back here in just a little bit.